Okay, people, welcome back. Welcome back to another Streamerbot video, I guess. Um, so yeah, you can see it's 5:18 a.m. I know. Dude, what the hell are you doing? Well, welcome to Developer Life. That's how it works. But that aside, today we are going to do a installation tutorial and kind of a showcase at the same time for what you are seeing on the screen called Flocker TTS. I may actually rename it because the character I use I call Danny, so I think it's better to even call it Danny TTS, but actually sounds better. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll change that. But okay, so let's just for now call it Danny TTS. I think that this sounds better. What is Danny TTS? Danny TTS is a animated text-to-speech character for your Twitch streams. Now, I am going to show you how to install it and what it does. But before we do this, I do recommend that, because I will not go over this. Just letting you know, I will not go over this install. And that is the Speakerbot. I will not. Maybe I will make a other video on this, but for now I will not go over the Speakerbot install. The reason for that is getting the voices you want is actually pretty tedious. I will leave a link down below in the description to Nutty. It did not help me out, if I'm completely honest, although he is a really good one in explaining stuff. Although in my case, it did not help me out. Doesn't mean it won't help you out. But I will leave a link down below for that video on how to install Speakerbot. Now, assuming you're watching the title, you probably also already at least have Streamerbot installed. So that is what we will be using today. Of course, and Speakerbot. Also, when this video is going live, there will also be a link to this website, this itch page. Go down in the description and go here and download. It is free, but yeah, you can actually add an amount. You don't need to. It is free. And if you want to know more, there is also the license. It is under the CC license. And contact information, but you can read that on the page. But yeah, go here on the page and download it. After you downloaded it, let's get this out of the way. I do recommend, before you do all this, install Speakerbot. Set this up, even if it's with a default voice or whatever. Get this running, then come back to this video and continue. So I am assuming you have Speakerbot installed, right? All right. So when you have Speakerbot and Streamerbot installed, once again, you will want to go down in the description below. And when you unpack this zip file you're getting, you get this file right here. So yeah, this is the zip file. If you unpack the file, you get this one, the asset. So yeah, this is one I needed to help, and that didn't work out. He already, I can actually show that. I needed to help him out with this. Why I'm showing this? Well, people like to say, well, you stole shit or whatever, you know, and I'm just showing you I did not. He asked for help. We helped him. At the end, he actually made a video. So here he goes.
Thanks to Rondi for sharing the animate typewriter effect to allow for this to happen. I've had to modify several variables and add in a few extra things to get this to work in this way, but I think it was well worth it. Also, thanks to Freak Sheep for also taking the time to create a JavaScript speech bubble add-on as well. Delays are a bit odd, but depending on the message things work differently, but likely limitations of Speaker.bot being separate.
All right, so there's your confirmation. Just to get that out of the way. So he went with this one. Now he did modify the stuff of this guy. That's not the point. So this is kind of how I started making it. Fine. So this is that file. I actually don't even need that file anymore. Oh, I can remove it. It is open in a folder. Okay, I'll check that later. Should not. So, okay, you get this file right here, right? The Flocker TTS. Then you have this asset pack. I don't need that one. Oh, I need to take this out before I upload it, by the way. I need a quick reminder to do that. Let me do this really quick. I have to re-upload this. So let me copy, let me pack this one up. Because that needs to be taken out. I don't need that. So yeah, so you have this asset folder. This is where the avatar is. It's a video clip. I explained it a little bit. Then you also have your Streamerbot import. This is what we will be using right now. And this is the whole programming. So this is the JavaScript, the styling, the JSON file to actually allow certain things. I'll get into to that a little later. And of course, the HTML. All right. So when you have this open and you have all the correct files, if you do not have all these files, re-download it. Or if that doesn't work, leave a comment on the page. I'll make sure the comments are open, or join the Discord or any other of the information panels to contact me. Contact me there and I'll make sure you get the correct file. I'll fix the other one. So then what you want to do, you want to open the Streamerbot import. With the Streamerbot import folder open, what you want to do, you want to go up here. You want to click in Streamerbot, and you want to click on import. Once you have this open, this window, all you want to do is grab this. Let me make this a little smaller. Grab this file and drag it in the import string. Not here, not here, exactly on here. You can see I go a little bit off and it doesn't work. No, it needs to be inside here. When you have this inserted, you get this, you get the group, you get these three actions. As you can see, these are these are the actions. And when this is done, you want to click import. 3 actions will be overwritten. I will do that just to make sure you guys getting the same ones. Right, so when you have this done, Streamerbot is set up. Technically, if you follow exactly what I am showing you to do, you don't have to change anything. Well, 2 things. But I will come to that in a second. Also, make sure, sorry, to place the Flocker's TTS folder in the folder where you want to keep it. This is really important. Why? Again, we will get this in a second. This has to do with the 2 parts you have to change. But before we done that, right? So we have this done, right? We have it imported. Now what we want to do, we want to go to OBS. We want to go up here. Want to go to OBS. Then what I recommend to do, again, do exactly how I have it. If you have a little bit of knowledge with OBS and Streamerbot, it doesn't matter. But if you're kind of new to it, won't really recommend this tutorial because of Speakerbot. It's not Streambot. That is Speakerbot is I don't know. They need to do some work. Well, it's not really Speakerbot, but doesn't matter. But then you can change stuff how you want it. Now, I do recommend, again, to do exactly what I show you to do. So I'm going to studio mode here. Now, up here, you see this scene. NS, and I will probably leave the namings on also the this page up here. And I will also leave them in the comments below, or maybe a pinned comment is probably a good idea. So you want to make a new scene called brackets NS Flockers TTS. And again, this is to make your life easier. Once you have that done, this one we don't need, by the way, I can remove that. When you have this one done, all you want to do is you want to add a browser source. You want to call this Danny. I'm now going to call it browser 2. But you want to call it Danny. Then when you have that done, you want to go, you know what? Yeah. And you, yeah, I would recommend 1920. 1920, but then 80, right? Go and check a local file. Once you have local file, hit browse. Browse to the folder you downloaded, right? So that is also why I said put it in a spot. Well, one of the things why I said it. Put it in a spot where you want to keep it. For me, it's in my VS project or Visual Studio project. Then I go over here. You want to load the index of the HTML file. Hit open, then hit OK. Now you're going to see this. Don't worry, I accidentally made it green. So all you want to do is right click, filters, or even easier, you click on it. You go up here, you click on filters, add a chroma key. So plus chroma key. Okay. Now, depending on your scene, you can tweak it a little bit. I won't recommend going too far with it. Let me see what Danny has. So I know exactly the filter. Okay, so keep it on default. So yeah, what you want to do is you want to keep this filter on default. And this one is, no, it's not true. The smoothness is 50. So yeah, all you want to change is the smoothness in the chroma key to 50 and leave it there. And then you can see it's right there, right? It's right here. Now, what you can do, and this is what I did, is right click on it. Then go to show transition, swipe or slide or whatever you want. Swipe. And then this is for transition in for the show. So I'm going to do direction is right. So it's going like that. Right. And then we're going to do the same thing for height transition. And we're going to also go to swipe. And then we do left. And then it goes out. So now if we enable it, you see, there you go. Also make sure that in the browser source, so just make sure to open the browser source. Here in the bottom, remove this because we do not need that. Remove the custom CSS. And then check this box. Refresh browser when scene becomes active. If you do not do this, you may have a issue with the text not updating. So if someone redeems the channel point to let this guy pop up and speak, it's possible that the previous text is still on there because you didn't refresh the browser source. So make sure to check refresh browser source when the scene becomes active. Hit OK. There we go. Now, turn it off by, if you have it in your space you want it, turn it off by default. Now for me, I will be removing this because this one is done. We don't need that anymore. As you can see, I have my Danny here. Now for me, it is up here, but you can see I located him here in the corner, so it doesn't really matter where you put him up here. So yeah. So yeah, turn it off. You can lock it if you want. And then, of course, you can add it to a, let's say we go to live. Right. I just needed to make sure that you guys didn't get my move transition stuff. All right. So then, for example, here in live, what you can do is hit plus, add a scene, add the NS Flocker scene, like so. Just add it. I can because I already have it. And then you have your little guy, Danny, is in the scene. So technically now we are done in OBS. So what we can do now is technically we can just minimize it. What I will be doing is just pop it up here. Now what we want to do first, and again, if I am going to hope that you all already know Speakerbot or already have Speakerbot set up. So when you have Speakerbot set up, you also have your voice aliases, right? You have the voice. Check the voice you want. Make sure you remember this name because we're gonna need that in a second. Okay, so first, what we are going to do is we're going to go into TTS avatar. So this is actually the effect that will show up, that will let the avatar show after it did some checks. We will get into the checks in a little bit. So all you need to do here, and this is the really important part, is double click execute code, double click this one, and then up here, right here, you see this directory link. What you want to do is replace this part, no, that part right here, and I will probably see if I can make it clear in editing. Maybe I don't edit the video, we'll see. But here you want to change the location to your folder. So the exact location the file is going to need is, in my case, right here. Because it needs to find this JSON file. So that is why the JSON is here. So what you want to do, you want to replace this F directory to the directory of your folder. So mine is F, VS Project, TTS, blah, blah, blah. So you copy that. Actually, I will recommend leaving this stripe right there or whatever you call it. And just take this part right here. And then just, you won't gonna see it now because it's the same link. But you want to paste it right here. Once you have that done, you want to hit on compile. And then you should be able to see this. If there are any errors, you can also drop in my Discord and request help there. And then you could hit save, or you could just, for the safety, I always do this, save and compile, so it does these files, these both at the same time. But you don't see the confirmation message. And then we want to go to the execute code below there, and we want to do the exact same thing what we did before. So the directory to the JSON file, place it in there, hit save and compile, and that is done. Let me really quick explain what this execute code does before I get the question, will this harm my system, like I seem to get on a lot of more technical videos. So what this execute code does, they are both kind of the same, it's only a difference. So what this one does, at the moment you redeem the channel point, this one will check the text that you put in, right? The prompt. This will check the prompt, and it will send the prompt to this JSON file, right? So it will send the text that you put in. So, okay, maybe let me make it even more clear. So if I redeem this, the text that I put in here, like this text in the prompt, it will get that text. I'll leave it here because I'm going to show you. It will get that text and send it to this file. And then when that is done, it will go to the next part. And this one is actually grabbing that text that the other one just send it over to the JSON file. And this one is grabbing the text from the JSON file so it can send it over. I know it is complicated. It doesn't really matter. If you want to know a little bit more, I'll probably go over it if you ask me. But I think this one, I don't want to make it too complicated. So that was technically the most complicated stuff. And then technically, if you did everything correctly, so you don't, then we have a delay. And this is where I said in OBS, do the exact thing that I did. You see the namings? Yeah. If you did it correct, you didn't have to change this. If you did give it another name, you can go back and change the name, or go here for the scene, look up the scene that you have. For example, I did not call it Flocker TTS, but I called it text to speech, for example. What I will do then is I will look up the scene here, text to speech. Oh, there's text to speech. Now I don't have it, but you know, you get the point. Click on it, it will select that one. And then you, of course, you have to take the source Danny. It will auto select if it's the only source in there. And then just hit OK. And then here in this part, that was a little fast, you have the Speakerbot speak. And this is where that name comes in. So in Speakerbot, when you have your name, this is the part you want to put in to the voice alias. And that is all you have to do. And then click OK. The rest you don't have to touch. Just do that and you click OK. There you go. Now the delay is 1300 seconds. Do not, if you don't know what you're doing, do not change this delay. And account for any delay. Do not change it. This delay has to do with all kind of these limit checks. I will get them into a second. So then you get the delay. Again, don't change it. You get the delay, and then you get, of course, what we have here. So this will show Danny, and this will hide Danny again. After the 1300 milliseconds, this will hide Danny. So again, same as before. If you had it the same, you don't have to do anything. If you called it different, you know now what to do, right? All right. So technically, if you did everything what I said, you're good to go. You can now test the channel point and you're good to go. Because the channel point is automatically created when you import. So you can test it. If it doesn't work, come back and maybe you missed something. But let me go over the things I did a little different too. I literally just added them. That's also why it's a little later. I had to do some changes and fixes. So this limit check will actually add a limit to the channel point redeem. So this channel point redeem, I limited to 145 characters. And that is also, I calculated it correctly. So these 145 characters is exactly the 1300 milliseconds. If I increase or decrease the maximum allowed amount of characters in the, I also have to recalculate the delay on the hiding animation, because otherwise it's going to be out of place, and it's possible that Danny disappears faster from screen than your text is done, or the other way around. then he stays way too long, even though he's not welcome anymore. You know. So don't touch it. It's 145 characters. So that is pretty long. Let me show you the 145 characters. So this is this is the 145 characters.
Flocker TTS is a text-to-speech project that is made using HTML, CSS, JavaScript and C# and working together with Streamerbot and Speakerbot.
See? So that was a perfect timing. Now you can probably, I may increase it a little. But again, it's still in development. I am not fully done with it. It will still be changing. So keep it. So this will actually make that so it you can go max 45 characters. I don't have to go really into technical stuff, but just don't touch it. That is that. Then we have the limit warning. And this will give you a warning if you go over the 45 amount. So let me go here. Right? Let me grab this again. So yeah, I know it's an emote only mode, but I'm God. So let's I don't know. Let's say let's test the warning. Right. So if I now trigger this because it's over 145 characters, Danny will not appear on screen. You will get a message in chat, and it will also tell you exactly how many characters you made. You will use. You will see it in a second. Plus, it will also refund the channel points that the person used to trigger Danny. So now you can see Danny does not appear on screen. And he is like, hey, the max limit for Danny is 145 characters. And you went over the max limit with 166 characters, you know? So he tells me exactly, right? Your points will now be refunded. So yeah, it's going to, this is something I cannot see because I have unlimited points, but normally you will get the channel point redemption redeemed. I will probably make a debug, so it will maybe put a text here like channel points refunded after it did that, but this works. So yeah, I'm just gonna really quick think if I missed anything. I don't think I missed anything. It may have been confusing as heck. And that is also not why I am why I'm now not going over the how can I change my character to my own one. Keep your eyes out. I am going to make a new video on that. And I will do that after maybe some comments come in, so I can probably also fit some extra stuff in there because it's technically really fast. But one, the video is already pretty okay long, and two, it is late. Yeah, I need to get some rest. So that I will go over in another video on how I can change my character. What is actually a good one because I ordered a new character, so that is in that is being designed right now. So when that is done, I can probably replace that and use that. If it takes too long, I'll do it another way. Doesn't matter. But I think that was it. Yeah. If there are any questions, and believe me, I know they're coming. Again, this video was messy. Again, it was 5. I wanted to release it earlier, but I had some stuff that I still needed to add and needed to fix. So I didn't have the time for it. So I decided to do it right now. Probably not a good idea, but at least, guys, I hope this works. And yeah, I just hope you guys enjoy this. Again, if there are any questions, every link is down below for where you can join for questions. You can also join the Discord, of course. If you do have a question, we have a support, stream support. If you go here, I recommend reading this post first, because this will explain you exactly what to do and how that stuff works. And then just create a new post with the recommended tag, and someone will go and help you out. And yeah, or drop a comment below. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I guess Danny still wanted to say something.
Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to boost your stream. I am Danny and I am Italian and I love pizza.
Well, thank you, Danny. That was fun. I love this thing. I am going to keep developing it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Once again, if there are any questions, don't forget to go down below or in the comments or on the Discord. And don't worry, there are no stupid questions. There are only stupid answers. So with that being said, guys, hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video or on the stream. Twitch.tv/freaksheep TV. Good night, guys.